Hey, what's up? It's Andre. I'm back with another quick video. In this video, I want to mention something so people can understand. Whenever, on a regular basis, when everybody goes to sleep, you're actually astral traveling, right? I'm saying this applies to every human, right? But most humans are not aware of it. They only recognize it as a dream. So, because when you go there, most times y'all will go there, through some of your self-awareness, but not the whole self-awareness. That's why when y'all go to the spirit world, I'll use the term y'all used to. When y'all go to the dream world, y'all don't go there all the time with your self-awareness, through your self-awareness. Like y'all don't, or even partly. So that's why y'all not as aware as you are when you're on Earth, because a lot of times when y'all dream, y'all go there half aware or somewhat aware. Y'all don't go there fully aware. That's why. So basically, when you don't go there fully aware, you're able to see how animals see the physical world. Our world, Earth. When you look at animals on Earth, you're basically seeing how they see everything. Yeah. Animals see everything in a dreamlike state. And So, but also their awareness varies. Like for example, when you go to the spirit world on a regular basis, the dream world, you're basically if you go there less aware, then you're pretty much you're experiencing some beings who are less aware of that awareness level. And then if you go there even more aware, like even halfway aware, then you're experiencing certain beings or animals that are that aware. And then if you go there mostly aware, but not fully aware, just mostly, then you're experiencing how some animals see. Okay, even though animals see things out of dreamlike state, they have different awareness among themselves, but it's still dreamlike. And only some animals will pretty much have a sentient awareness, or only a few of them though, a few of them will have are close to a sentient awareness. So when you go there almost aware, then you're pretty much at the top level of how aware animals can be. They can be close to sentient, but not quite. That's the thing. But then if you go there sentient aware, the spirit world, the dream world, then you're actually going there fully aware, which is basically it's no different from when you're on Earth walking around. That's right. In order to go there, in order for a human to be able to keep their full awareness when they astral travel, you have to travel to your ego counterpart as a portal. Women can do this easily because women are the embodiment of the ego. Women, yes, their body, their mind, women are ego itself, embodiment. So this is why females have an easier time astral traveling with a full awareness, because of the fact that females are the embodiment of the awareness. Yeah. So that's why with them it's first nature. They can just go there with their full awareness all the time. While with us men, it requires more effort. When we project our mind to spirit world, you have to recognize the components of your mind. So once you recognize how to travel there with your full awareness intact, every time you travel there, you have to travel to your self-awareness counterpart all the time in order to keep your full awareness. Otherwise, if you will travel there less aware, do some of your awareness by it's automatic. So then you won't be that aware. And then, that's why a lot of times y'all won't remember dreaming, or you remember it somewhat, or you remember having an experience, or you won't remember it in detail, or you won't remember what it was, or it didn't. But it depends on your awareness level. And then if you're aware a lot, and then you remember a great deal of it, and then you have to write it down in a journal, unless you forget it. And then some experiences are unforgettable that you don't have to write it down, because because it's like with me, right? In the past, there were times when I went there, with the same level of an animal. I wasn't that aware. So, but then I would just be aware I was there, but I just don't remember that much. And, but then again, every time a spirit visited me, that was different. Every time a spirit visited me, or I talk with spirits, right? Or other beings, basically, I have my full awareness attack. It's automatic. So, whenever a being chooses to tell me something, I'll be fully awake regardless. That's the thing. So that's automatic when it comes to that. But if you were to travel to the spirit world yourself, if you were to dream, you have to travel to your self-awareness as a portal, in order to keep your full awareness intact. Otherwise, you'll be like how an animal experiences life on this earth realm. Yeah, that's how it is. And the reason why dreams always feel familiar is because the source, the real self, is omnipresent and he's everywhere. So you're pretty much getting a glimpse of your true self. And that's why every realm feels familiar to you, even if you visit there for the first time. because you know the source. You know, because we come from the source, and it's like, yeah, that's why there's an automatic familiarity there. Yeah. But yeah, so so everyone astral travels every night, right, when they go to bed, but not everybody remembers it, or they'll barely remember, or they won't remember at all. And there's two places a person goes every night. You know, you ready? You either travel to one of the realms of reality, you know, or you travel back to the void completely. That's why you won't remember dreaming at all, because there's two places. You go to one of the realms in reality, or you just go back to the void. Yes, so people go back to the source all the time when they go to bed. When you become unconscious, you go back to the void. But then when you go to sleep, and there are times you could travel in one of the realms of reality, so you won't be going back to the void. You just go back to one of the realms that's within the void. You know how the void exceeds creation. So there are times you will go to one of the realms of earth or heaven, and yeah, or you'll be able to explore the realms. So basically you'll still be within the confines of, you know, reality. But if you go back to the void, then you will skip all of the realms, even the highest heaven, and you go straight to the void. You know, and that's why there are nights you sleep where you don't remember anything, or time passed by so fast. It's like instant, because you went back to the void during your sleep, and then when you woke up, your mind went back from the void back to your body. And oh yeah, even when you go back to the void, your mind is still connected to your body. That's why your body is still alive. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, I wanted to explain that detail about two places people go when they sleep. They either go, and their remembrance of it is based on their self-awareness level when they go there. and the reason why you won't know anything at all, and it'll just be an instant wake up from you wake up and you won't know anything at all. It's because you went back to the void instead of going to the dream world, the spirit world. You didn't dream at all. You just went straight to the void automatically. Exactly. So when people go to sleep, they either go two places. They either go back to the void, or they go to one of the realms within reality, within the 9 realms of heaven and earth. That's it. So the within the 9 realms of heaven and the earth itself, the realms on earth. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Peace.